The Milwaukee Bucks have made some pretty interesting moves so far this offseason, waiving Damian Lillard and signing Miles Turner. They still have a couple bad contracts on the books, like this Kyle Kuzma one, and guys like Taurean Prince, and yeah, it's guys that just don't make sense to being on this team much longer. Obviously, they still have a top 3 player in the competition in Giannis right here. But is it time for the Bucks to actually move on from Giannis? Now, I watched a 6 Rings of Steel video earlier today, and he came up with a trade proposal for Giannis that the Hawks might make. That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to trade overwrite. We're going to trade away Giannis. Giannis is someone that I always try and trade for in-game. But today we're going to trade him away, and we're going to try and rebuild the Bucks with a couple players here from... Okay, we're going to have to make Jalen Johnson uninjured for this because I don't think we can actually trade him. But we're going to trade Jalen Johnson, Ricochet, and Okongwu, and we're going to give them maybe 2 picks as well. I'm going to copy that trade scenario exactly 100%. So whatever he recommended in that video, I'll have to quickly go and take a look at what that was. But yeah, we're going to bring 3 really nice young players to the Bucks, and we're going to trade them basically a Giannis to go all in on a championship, while some of the... Is there healthy? There we go, healthy. There we go. That's what we want. Allowing Atlanta to go all in now that they got KP and some of the other acquisitions, Nickeil Alexander-Walker and those types that they got this year. So Jalen Johnson, Ricochet, and Okongwu, with the swap best from the Pelicans. So we get our pick back next year, and we'll also take this 2027 swap worst as well. Something that we can definitely use. And I don't think they accept this straight up. So we're just going to trade overwrite this, and bam, we've made our first major move. So I'm going to move Jalen Johnson to the small forward so we can play Bobby Portis still. And Ricochet is going to go to the shooting guard. One thing I would like to do straight away here is try and get a better point guard. Now, I'm not going to go after someone like a superstar. Trey Jones is someone that we could potentially go after. Ty Jerome. I actually like Ty Jerome. Let's try and get Ty Jerome. I'm going to send them Kevin Porter Jr. and we'll send them maybe Taurean Prince if we can. Obviously, this is a very far-fetched trade idea. And we'll also... Can we throw in Jericho Sims in this trade too, just to sweeten it? All for Ty Jerome. I don't really want Kevin Porter on my team, to be honest, and Taurean Prince and Jericho Sims are just a throw in. They're not interested. Okay, is there anyone else we can throw in instead? Like Tyler Smith. I don't know if he's going to ever crack the rotation really on our team. I guess we can throw in AJ Green instead of Jericho Sims. Now we've got Kyle Kuzma and Jalen Johnson, so AJ Green won't actually make it. So let's see if they'll accept this, and they do. Okay, cool. Did I turn off trade overwrite? Because I didn't use trade overwrite for that. Trade overwrite is still on. Okay, so our rotation next year is going to be Ty Jerome and Ryan Rollins. That's okay. That's a good trade. Gary Trent Jr., Zachary Ricochet. Ricochet is definitely going to start. Kyle Kuzma, Jalen Johnson, Bobby Portis. We need to sign ourselves a backup power forward as well, because I don't really want to play the young guy. Ooh, this is a bit lacking. Let's sign Trey Lyles on a 2-year deal, but with a team option. And he's going to accept that. Cool. All right, so let's just lock him up, make sure he is signed, and then we're going to be hitting player progression and basically seeing how this team's going to progress. So Jalen Johnson's up to our center rotation's a nice one, and then yeah, we've got Ricochet coming up. Okay, we had a bit of a surge towards the end of the year, but I don't think we won over 30 games, which is interesting. Jokic MVP, Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year, 6th player Malik Monk, Depoy Giannis, Nurse Keita Most Improved, Clutch player Jokic, and Mark Dagnott is your Coach of the Year. Cool. All right, so we are the Bucks, so Giannis doesn't count. They didn't get Trae Young anywhere. Giannis, Depoy, obviously. Okay, that's fine. We end up as the... Not even in the playoffs. Okay, cool. I thought not, honestly. Ricochet led the way. Turner, Jerome, Jalen Johnson. Maybe the shot tendencies are a bit funky, but yeah, not the worst. Where did we actually finish? That's the question. We finished as... Okay, the 12th seed. So we won 30 games. That's not too bad. Actually, a play-in team. Crazy. They have Gary Payton now. Nikhil Alexander-Walker should be starting at the 3, but it is what it is. Let's see who wins the championship this year. And then we're pretty much just going from here. So Shea versus Evan Mobley. And whoa, the OKC Thunder. Donovan Mitchell is your finals MVP. The Thunder choked the 3-0 lead. Crazy. All right, so player retirements. Quite a few retirees here. Heading down to the NBA draft. We should have a couple picks here projected to us, depending on how the Pelicans were. So we are projected 5 and 13. So can we get lucky? Otherwise, we might have to trade up. We end up falling to 6, and we still have 13. Okay, so I still think we can make some moves, make some trades. I'm going to fire Doc Rivers, even though we didn't have like a bad year. But I'm going to offer Missoula. We'll offer Kemba Walker. Is there anyone else here that we really want to offer? Like, I wouldn't mind offering Star for a contract. Like, Will Hardy's also, like, not the worst coach ever. Like, I get him quite a bit, but he might be an option. And then we have, like, Charles Lee isn't too bad. Yeah, okay, that's going to be good. So we end up getting Staffer, Lee, or Hardy. I feel like we go with a realistic coach here, and I'm going to take Will Hardy. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, cool. So NBA draft time. I think I'm going to try and trade Kyle Kuzma and pick 13 here. I don't know who to, but if we can get off this Kuzma contract and pick 13, that would be nice. The Thunder normally have like a lot of picks. They have pick 7. Could we potentially get pick 7 here from the Thunder? They agree. Okay, so we move Kyle Kuzma and pick 13 for pick 7. And then can we move pick 5 or 6 and 7 for a pick 3? 3 or 2? The Grizzlies have 3. Let's try and get pick 2 from the Hornets. Let's see if they'll accept this. They agree. Okay, so who goes number 1? Cameron Boozer goes number 1. Damn, that was the guy that I actually wanted. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can just make a trade for Cam Boozer here. The Jazz got him, I think. They got Cam Boozer. Okay, if we can trade pick 2, would they just accept that outright? They want Bobby Portis for Lauri Markkanen. I don't want Lauri Markkanen. We'll give you a second. They want Bobby Portis for Markkanen, but I kind of want to keep Bobby Portis. We'll throw in Ryan Rollins in this. No, I don't want to throw in Ryan Rollins, actually. Who else can we throw in this deal? I'll throw in Tyler Smith in this deal for Cameron Boozer. Or do we get AJ DeBanter? No, we've got Jalen Johnson. Okay, they agree. Okay, so we get our guy. Darren Peterson goes number 2. AJ goes number 3. I don't know if we can trade back into the draft here. I think that might be a little bit silly if we try to trade into the draft. Would Ryan Rollins get us like a late pick? I don't think the Bulls, like, I think this might be a bit of a stretch. Do the Knicks want a point guard? They can't afford a point guard. Okay. I mean, if the Bulls were willing to do this trade, let's just give them a second as well, just to be nice. And they agree. Okay, so we get pick 18 from the Bulls as well. Darius Akoff Jr. is still sitting here. That is going to be our point guard for the future right there. So we actually have a... Wait, our name should be... Wait, what? That should be us. Okay, surely we did actually get... Okay, we did get Cameron Boozer. So Cameron Boozer and Darius Akoff Jr. are going to get signed. Reese Share is coming back. Trey Lyles, we will decline because we now got Porter and Boozer. And we'll bring back this Markovic guy. And I wouldn't mind bringing back Gary Trent Jr. as well. And Sears here. So do we have any free agents that we want to bring back? It's just Gary Trent Jr. So our team next year is going to be Ty Jerome, Darius Akoff Jr., Riche Share, and probably Gary Trent still. We need to find a backup small forward. But we've got Cameron Boozer, Bobby Portis, Okongwu, and Turner. So are there any small forwards? I mean, PJ Washington is sitting here. I thought... Maybe they didn't sign him. Let's see if we can sign him for 3 years. We should have done a team option on the end of that, but we didn't. So, cool. We got PJ Washington. We'll bring him through the door. And then it's just Gary Trent that we need to actually sign. So if he wouldn't mind doing like a team option, $12 million, will he come back on this offer? That's the thing. He does. Okay, cool. So we're going in the right direction. We might not be good next year. I think we have our pick, but yeah, we're looking actually pretty solid. So I'm probably not going to stop at the deadline. We're probably going to go through to the end of next year. So yeah, I'm excited for the future of this team. I don't know if we're going to win over 35 games, but we might. I'm going to play Cameron Boozer as a starter. Yeah, I have faith. I probably should have traded for our first round pick because we were bad. Wemby, most improved MVP. Rookie of the year goes to Cameron Boozer. Dylan Harper, 6th player. Depoy Wemby. Reed Shepherd, most improved. Clutch player Jokic. Mark Daigneault is your coach of the year. So this is going to be interesting because I'm pretty sure we lost pretty much every game. Well, most games. We don't have any bucks on any of these teams. We get Cameron Boozer here, obviously, and that's basically it. So we don't make the playoffs. No. Okay, so we were as bad as I thought we were. Let's look at the standings real quick. Second last, 27 and 55. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Ricochet definitely leading the way. Cameron Boozer, Johnson, Turner has been pretty good. The rebounds from Turner is actually not great. There was a statistic saying he was like the 11th rated rebounder in the finals. That includes the final series. So 10 players out rebounded Miles Turner. For that, price tag's pretty crazy. Like a Kongwu's okay too. Bo Portis. Ty Jerome's been a great little pickup. I'm hoping a Koff Jr. can take a good step next season. So I'm kind of glad we traded Giannis because he probably would have left in free agency for nothing. Wemby versus Cade, and Cade ends up winning in 7. The Pistons win a championship. All right, player retirements. Lots of retirees here. Buck legend Brook Lopez retires there. So does Dame. Okay, interesting. And KD. So NBA draft night, our first pick is going to. We have our own pick there. Is that because we did the swap best, or is that going to go to the Pelicans? That's going to be interesting. Let's have a look and see. So it goes 3 there to the Pelicans. Okay, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. Our pick is going to end up at number 20. Wow. All right. So I don't know if there's any trades we can do to try and get that pick back. Or if there's anyone we want to move to the Pelicans. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to want to even make a trade for this pick. Where are the Pelicans? They still have Zion. Okay. Let's see if we can make a trade with them. Would they want Miles Turner? They might be interested in Miles Turner. I mean, what's their center rotation? Just Yves Missi. They might be interested in Miles Turner. And we can give them pick 20 as well. Is this silly? I don't know if this is silly or not, because we're gonna need, is a Kongwu gonna be the center for us moving forward? Might be. It definitely might be. Could we do this maybe? Well, yeah, this is tough, this one, because I don't know what I actually want to move. So Miles Turner, they want 2 first-round picks, and they'll include Jalen Wilson. I don't want to include first-round picks. We'll give you pick 20, and that's it. They want a second. They really want to give up Jalen Wilson. Do you have any other centers that you'd be willing to depart with? No, none of them are. We'll give you this second. Is there any other players that we want to include in this as well? There's no one really. Everyone's kind of expired. Next year's a swap worse with the Bucks. We can do like a 20. I guess we include our pick next year and just bank on maybe being better. I kind of want a first round pick next year. Man, this kind of sucks. It's pick 3. We could get a really good player right now. But is this paying overs? Okay, what if we don't include Miles Turner? What if we just do like 3 first round picks? Does that get close? They want Miles Turner. I don't want DeJounte Murray. How about we do like some swaps? We'll do like some protected picks instead, like, and then I'll throw in PJ Washington as well. So 2 first-round picks, PJ for pick 3. They say no. I'll throw in this second as well. They say no. There's no really other players that I want to include with this deal, man. Yeah, maybe we don't. Maybe we can't do this trade, which kind of sucks. I really wanted to. Okay, we want that pick next year. I'll include 3 first-round picks and PJ to move to get pick 3 back. They say no. And I'll include a second. They want Miles Turner for Dejounte Murray. That's not happening, Chief. I don't think I want to give up Miles Turner. I don't want to give up Miles Turner. Man, this is actually rather unfortunate. Because we're here on draft night right now, aren't we? We are. Okay. What if we actually do it here? If we do Trade Finder, we go to the Pels and say, hey, be nice. Can we get pick 3? They want Jalen Johnson. They want Miles Turner and 2 first-round picks. They want a Kongwu and 2 first-round picks, or PJ and Jalen Johnson, and they'll give us Trey Murphy. Interesting. Maybe we can do this a Kongwu one. So 2030. I don't want Jalen Wilson. Would you do a Kongwu and just the 2030 one? I don't want Jalen Wilson. They agree. Okay, so we move a Kongwu for our pick back. We have to give up a 2031 pick. So Maury Marketing goes number 1. Tyron Stokes goes number 2. So Caleb Holt is here for us. He looks like a really good player. Brandon McCoy is here for us. LeBron James, Hugo is here for us too. I'm thinking we take Caleb Holt. I'm thinking we need a shooting guard. I don't know if this is silly or not, but we're going to take Caleb Holt here. Bam. All right. We don't need a shooting guard because we have Jalen Johnson. And we have Reese Share. Okay, so Julum Make a Bowl. We'll take him here. A center from Sudan, Abraham. Cool. So we get a 78 overall and a 74 overall. Team player options. Bobby Portis and Ty Jerome are going to decline. Gary Trent Jr. will bring back so we can make some trades. Only free agent is this Markovic guy, which is fine. So I think we do like try and get it on an 18 team option for Bobby Portis again. I think it's going to be similar to what we recently had him on. And Ty Jerome's a free agent. Okay, I didn't realize that. Can we bring back Ty Jerome? That's the question. I don't think we can. Let's sign him. He wants $20 million. Okay, that's fine. We don't need Ty Jerome. We can find someone else. And Andre Jackson wants about $11 million. So we'll just pay the man. Cool. All right. And Ty Jerome's probably going to sign elsewhere, which is a little bit annoying. But we have money to sign like Alonzo Ball or a Cole Anthony. Anyone else here? Not really. Yeah, okay, let's sign Alonzo Ball. Let's see if we could do like a 2-year team option for 12 mil. And then we'll let Ty Jerome go. We build up his value so he can go somewhere else. So our team next year is going to be a bit interesting. So it's going to be Darius Acuff and Lonzo Ball. It's going to be... we can definitely move Gary Trent right now because I'd like Caleb Holt to actually get some minutes. It's going to be PJ and Jalen Johnson, Bobby Portis and Cam Boozer. Okay, so the trade that we're going to do here is we're going to get Daniel Gafford for Gary Trent Jr. and Andre Jackson. We're just going to make sure Caleb Holt can get minutes next year, and we're shedding a little bit of cap space here. I think it's saving us about $3 million-ish, about $4 million. So nothing crazy. 2 years of Daniel Gafford, they agree. Perfect. So this rotation is going to be Lonzo Ball. Hopefully Darius Acuff Jr. is going to be maybe an 81 overall. And yeah, Caleb Holt, Reese Share, Johnson, PJ Washington. I like this team. I do. And we can have Abraham there developing in the background. Are there any guys that we want to pick up? Like, is anyone here like young and developing. Like we can offer Kevin McCullough a minimum deal, and then yeah, there's really not many players that might be good on minimums, unfortunately. I think everyone's kind of either signed up or out of the league, which kind of sucks. Yeah, does suck. I guess we can. Oh, we've got our 4 centers, so we can just. Let's just sign him. Whatever. All right, perfect. Let's move on to next year. I don't know if we're going to be good or bad. I'm hoping we're going to be somewhat in the middle. And yeah, we've got 289 overalls. Pretty much everyone in the rotation is going to be an 80 overall. So I'm excited to see what this year brings for us. Okay, so Jokic on the Warriors now is your MVP. Rookie, there goes to Torrance Stokes. VJ Edgecombe, 6th player. D-Boy Wemby. Darius Cuff Jr., most improved. There we go. With 8 assists. That's crazy. Clutch player, Luka. Doug Christie is your coach of the year. So yeah, the Kings are apparently really good in this sim. Do we get any bucks on any of these teams? Unfortunately, we do not. Okay, that's okay. We're still developing. That's what I'm kind of putting it down to. We're the 10th seed, so it could have been worse. I'm happy where we're sitting right now. Reese Boozer, Johnson, Darius Cuff Jr., Miles Turner, Bobby Portis. Yeah, I definitely think there's room for some of these guys to maybe be moved in this offseason. Maybe we find a franchise point guard, or I guess Darius Cuff Jr. could be that. So it's back and forth here, and it looks like we are going to be eliminated here. So unfortunately, we go home early here in the playoffs, and it's going to be the Pistons and the Spurs yet again. And the Spurs go on to win. Wemby is your finals MVP. So Jalen Johnson, Reese Share, yeah, Miles Turner, man, it's been very disappointing. We could definitely free up some money there by getting rid of him. So the Warriors legends are retiring. Andre Drummond there too. Very interesting stuff. Moving down to the draft lottery, where I don't think we own our pick at all. I don't think we own just a single pick this year. Actually, or do we? We got one at 9 there. Okay, so I guess the Trailblazers were worse than us, so we get to keep our pick. So it's a young player we can definitely draft, and we can definitely have on our team, which is going to be exciting. I don't think we have much left in the tank to really trade away. So Brendan Stevens looks like a pretty decent player, I guess. JT Cooper. Yeah, none of these guys are really amazing. Could we maybe trade this pick and a player? So Miles Turner's obviously expired, which is unfortunate. Gafford was still got under contract for another year. Maybe it's time for Bobby Portis to go. Bobby Portis and pick 9. Can that get us like another good player or a couple of good players? Not sure what we would be after, really. Okay, so if we traded this pick, like, I don't know how, like, if we just told the Bucks fans that we're kind of going all in this year, if we went and did Bobby Portis and pick 9, kind of getting off some money as well, I guess. Yeah, Brandon McCoy, Davion Mitchell, Nemus Cater. All these guys are on big money, though, which I don't really love. Rui and Najee are 30. Desmond Bain. Mel Waters, Peyton Watson, Pelly Larson, Herb Jones. Like, Herb Jones isn't too bad at all. Pelly Larson could be okay. I don't know what I'm really looking for here. Casey Wallace is on big money. Kamara's on big money. So is Robert Williams. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, like, Corey Kispert could be a good shooter off the bench. But none of this really moves me. If we just traded just pick 9, could we maybe like move down in the draft, or could we maybe trade back for picks in later years? Because I really don't want, like, we can trade with the Bulls here, and we don't want Charles Bassey. So could we maybe get like a top 10 protected pick in 2 years in a row? They want a first. I don't want to do that. I'll give up a second as well. Do we have any other contracts that we'd include in this trade? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So we'll go. Wait. Let me restart this. Okay. Pick 9. Does anyone else have any picks that they just want to give up? Everyone's kind of throwing salary in there too, which I really don't want. Okay, we'll go back to the Bulls and let's see. What about a 2030 first round pick? Does that They want to swap worst with Chicago. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't hate this. Okay, we're just going to move down. We're not going to take a pick in this year's draft. We're going to save some salary. We're going to get some future picks. And a swap best, which is going to be good. So Ball will bring back a Cuff, and Boozer we're going to bring back. And Miles Turner is going to be a free agent. So is Riche Share. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Jalen Johnson might be a free agent as well. He is not. Okay, so Riche Share, obviously, we're going to pay him the big bucks. We'll go 38 million over 5 years. He's definitely earned his money. And Miles Turner, man, I don't know if we're going to bring back Turner at all. It's going to be interesting. So, okay, so Riche Share agrees. We'll announce the rights on all these other guys, and it's just Miles Turner that we're going to have to consider here. Which is going to be rather unfortunate. Like, we could definitely do a sign and trade, but he's getting a bit older. And we have Gafford and Abraham here, so we could definitely maybe look to do something with that. Yeah, the rest of this team, it's very interesting team for sure. I don't know how we're going to run this, because I would like to bring back Miles Turner. Like, obviously, he's the piece that we got for waiving Dame, but I don't know if we're going to actually keep him long term. Like, we could do like a one-on-one. Gafford is almost beating him in overall as well now. So, okay. How much cap space do we have? About 5 mil for someone else. Okay, so if we can do 30 Miles Turner we'll front load it, I guess, and we'll do a team option. I guess we can bring him back on that. Cool. All right, so he agrees. I don't think we really need anything else on this team. If we were to trade Miles Turner, like just player for player maybe, because he's 32 years old, he's an 85 overall, he's probably going to regress. Get Patty Williams. Whoa, okay, so the Celtics will offer Chris Sinak Jr., who is a 6'10 center at the moment. That's we have to give up a first though. I was looking maybe like DeAndre Ayton's interesting for sure, but that money, like, we could definitely get off that money next year. A first for Ayton is a bit rich as well. Derek Lively, okay, that's definitely interesting. We could get the Dallas Mavericks center duo. There was a lot of rumors. We can get off the Bobby Portis contract too. That's definitely interesting. Aaron Gordon, Asar Thompson, Jakob Poeltl, Tari Eason, Sohan, Mark Williams, who is definitely a decent center. Okay. If the Mavs are willing to do this trade, I will definitely be willing to do this too, but I don't want Andre Jackson back. Do they have to do Andre Jackson? They could do Miles Turner straight up. I will include this Bulls pick next year, which could be very valuable. But this is basically saying we're going all in. Unless we want to give up a future first, which I don't hate. We can still have some draft capital over the next few years. Would they be willing to do that? They just want a second. Okay, we bring Derek Lively here to the Bucks. Very happy with that. We now have the Mavericks backcourt or front court, which is crazy. So is he contracted? He's contracted for 2 years. Jalen Johnson's still under contract. Riche Share is now contracted. Boozer, I think he still has a year left on that deal. So we should be going in the right direction. Are there any contract extensions that we can get done right now? PJ Will, I don't want to lock him up on anything yet. Okay, cool. So I'm actually happy with that. That's an awesome trade for us. Miles Turner's been rumored to go to the Mavs for a long time. So we got, Cameron Boozer's up to a 90 overall. Research has 93. Lively. Yeah, this team is going to be very impressive next year. So I'm hoping we can do some damage in the playoffs now. We've got some really good young stars, and yeah, we've got Derek Lively to shore up our center position because Miles Turner wasn't the great at rebounding. So Cameron Boozer, Derek Lively backcourt or front court, I keep getting them mixed up. Front court is actually nuts. Okay, so it's going to be Darius Akoff, Riche Share, Jalen Johnson, Boozer, Lively, Holt, Gafford, Bobby Portis still, Lonzo Ball. Back in style. We won 50 games. Jokic MVP, Rookie of the Year goes to Darren Armstrong. Derek Queen, 6th player. Depoy Wemby. Brandon McCoy, most improved. Clutch player Jalen Brunson. Steve Kerr on the Warriors is your Coach of the Year. They won 62 games. Crazy. So Cameron Boozer here, an All-NBA first team, which is lovely to see. We're starting to turn that winning record into a winning one, which is lovely. Yeah, so we end up as the 2 seed. So we go from the 10th seed to the 2 seed. This young core has definitely carried us through. I think guys like Bobby Portis and PJ Washington, maybe even Gafford, might not be here next year. We might definitely clean out some of these guys that we have under big contracts. So we draw the New York Knicks, who have Darius Adams, Pakomi Dadiet, OG, Thomas Sorba. They have a pretty solid team, not going to lie. So we win game 1, and we end up sweeping and draw the Cavs, who have Cam Whitmore off the bench now. Interesting. So, oh, that went so quick. I tried to stop it. Okay, so the Cavs beat us in the second round. Wemby versus Cade again, and Wemby wins 2 in a row. Wow. All right. Staff retirements, or well, player retirements. There's a lot of retirements here. A lot of guys. That's crazy. Draft lottery. I think we had that Chicago pick, which is going to potentially convey Bucks number 9 there. So that's pretty cool. So we have Will Hardy here, still under contract for 1 more year. He's got us out of a dark time, so I wouldn't mind keeping him around. That's fine. Let's go to our pick number 9 here. So Jamal Perkins is here. Yeah, there's no one really like D'Angelo Russell, a starter, which isn't too bad. Bobby Jones. Okay, let's take Daniil Marshall here with our first round pick. We could have traded it. He's a 6-foot point guard, but we'll definitely sign him and bring him in. So all these guys we'll accept and bring back. Bobby Portis we're going to probably trade. And all these guys we're not going to offer them any contracts or anything like that. So moratorium. We're going to have PJ and Gafford here out of contract. Gafford wants an insane amount of money. And then we're going to have to probably flip Bobby Portis here and his $20 million contract. So let's look to do that now. So Neesmith, Brandon Williams, Herb Tucker. We can get a first round pick for that. Chris Murray is on a contract for a couple years. Miles Bridges, Justin Champagnie, Keegan Murray. Like Keegan Murray wouldn't be too bad as a bench player. We can bring back Andre Jackson, Peyton Pritchard, Furphy, Ryan Nemhard, and Drew Thompson, Jakob Podol, Janai Broom. Janai Broom's not too bad actually. I have to give up a first though, and I really don't want to give up a first. Janai Broom's on a contract for 2 years. He could definitely be a decent backup. I don't hate that. Do we have to take on this contract? They do. Do you have anyone like dirt cheap, like Willie Morris? Would you do this trade? We'll also include, oh, there's no one really I want to include. I'll include a second, and they say no. Okay, that's fine. Damn, this is harder to trade Bobby Portis than I thought. I guess because he's 34 and earning $20 million a year. I guess maybe this Neesmith trade might not be the worst thing. He's under contract for 2 years, but he could definitely be a good player for us. We're getting a bit younger and we're getting a first out of it, so I'm happy to do that. Okay, let's have a look at this roster real quick. So we've got a Cuff and Daniil Marshall, so we're probably going to have to bring in a veteran point guard because Lonzo Ball's not here anymore. Reese Sharon Holt's fine. Jalen Johnson, and I guess Neesmith's fine here too. Like he can just be like an off the bench scorer, unless we wanted to look for someone else. We need a backup power forward, and maybe our center rotation is going to be fine next year. Okay, so let's look quickly. So we can bring back Lonzo Ball. He wants a lot of money though, so I don't really want to do that. Backup small forward. I guess we can bring back PJ, but he's probably going to regress like mad. But there's no one else here. Like Vince Williams hasn't really been playing much. Okay, I guess we can bring back PJ on a 2-year team option. We'll bring back PJ. And then we'll renounce the rights on Gafford. Unless we can get him really cheap. And the rest of these guys we're going to announce the rights on. We've got some trade exceptions too, actually. So, like, I guess we can bring back Lonzo if we wanted to. But that's a lot of money for Lonzo Ball. LaMelo Ball's also a free agent. So, the backup power forward spot, we've got Cam Johnson, but he's 33. I guess we can... Like, there's not many options here. I guess we can sign Jonathan Isaac if he wants to come back. He does. If there's anyone interested in... I guess we can bring back Lonzo, but that's a huge contract. Maybe we do like a 2-year team option. Kind of like what we did with PJ. I guess we can sign and trade Gafford if anyone's interested in Gafford. But... we will sign Lonzo. We signed Lonzo. And is there anyone interested in Gafford? There's no one interested in Gafford. A similar contract like what we signed Lonzo Ball and PJ Washington. So we do have a bit of depth here at the point guard spot and the small forward spot. So yeah, it's going to be Neesmith or PJ Washington. Definitely can be traded at the deadline, one of those two. And I think we're going to trade Gafford for a backup power forward because I really don't want to run Jonathan Isaac. Like, he's a fine player and all, but I think he's better as like a backup. And we can play that young rookie as in his debut year. Well, not really debut year, but in his, what am I trying to say? In his major role here as the backup power forward. So there's no real, like, Johnny Furphy, Muhammad Guy. Like, they're not that bad, but if they keep up first, and I really don't want to do that. Janai Broom, like, why is Janai Broom such high value? I know he's contracted for 2 years. Mark Williams, Robert Williams, Moses Moody. Okay, let's see if we can just get away with taking on that Willie Morris Senior guy instead, Daniel Gafford. Okay, is there any... Can we give up a second? Dude, do we want Janai Broom that bad? Is he worth like a first round pick? Is there another player we can throw in here? We could throw in Jonathan Isaac. That means they're over. Is there a $2 million player that you have here? You have Louis James. I guess you tried to offer me Louis James. Is this? No. And then a second? No. Okay, so they really like Janai Broom apparently, but why are they offering him to us then? I don't understand. Okay, let's then just trade finder Gafford. Unless we want to just look for a backup power forward. It's someone that's not even going to make or play much for us. We just need someone younger that's going to be good in that position. So, none of these guys really interest me at all, which is a bit annoying. Caleb Wilson, Filipowski, Keegan Murray's on $24 million a year. That might not be the worst thing. He can play behind Boozer. Like Keegan Murray, and I'll throw in a second. They want Jonathan Isaac in a first. I don't want to do that. But if you want Jonathan Isaac, I guess we can include him, and they agree. Okay, cool. So just like that, we bring in a new backup power forward to come in and play for us. Keegan Murray, he's going to play behind Cameron Boozer. I'm really hopeful that this team is going to go well. We probably should have signed another backup center just in case. Lively regresses at 25 years old, which is a bit weird. But we've got a pretty stacked team, so hopefully we can make a good impression. Otherwise, this team is... Or make a good impression. Make a good splash in the playoffs. Otherwise, this team's going to start to get really expensive. Don't know if we're going to stop at the deadline to try and trade PJ or anyone like that. We might just decline their options next year. And that could be like 20-something million dollars that we have in cap space, which is going to be pretty interesting. So let's see how the team goes. Hopefully we can make it count. And AD is going to retire. So we've got a 10-man rotation. A Cuff Jr., Risa Boozer, Lively, Holt, 6-man. Yeah, I actually rate this team. So Wemby takes home MVP, Rookie of the Year goes to Jason Crow, Zion 6th player, Wemby Depoy, Most Improved Jackson Richardson, Luka Clutch player, and Coach of the Year goes to Quinn Snyder there in the Jazz. So the Jazz have bounced back really well as well. So any Bucks, Boozer here, and that is about it. So do we get any Depoy players? No, definitely not. Cool. All right. Fantastic. That's great. We're the 1 seed. So 2 seed to the 1 seed. Pretty happy with that. Points per game. Caleb Holt is definitely coming on nicely. Cuff Jr. is playing really well. Almost 10 assists a game. Love that from him. Rebounds, assists. Lively, has he been? Lively's been all right, but definitely that price tag is definitely up there. Keegan Murray was a good little addition. 3 and D. Had his best year from 3 for us. Cool. All right, so someone's giving him open look. So we draw the Washington Wizards, who have Mikal Brown Jr., Trey Johnson, Christian Collins, G.G. Jackson, Sarr, and Carrington. All right. Scary. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. And Game 4 goes to us. And now we draw the 4th-seeded Hornets, who have Hero, Miller, Nate Ament, Caleb Wilson, Keita, and Josh Giddey off the bench. Love that for us. So we win Game 1. They win Game 2. They win Game 3. And we win Game 4. Okay. Let's make a coaching change here. Let's drop it to a 9-man rotation. Who misses out? Is it PJ? It's PJ. All right. Game 5, we win. And Game 6, we win. All right. We're here to the conference finals. We now are going to take on the Miami Heat. So they don't have Hero anymore. So they have Mitchell, Ivy, Sadiq Bey, Bam, Bassi, and Elijah Arenas. Okay. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's just reset this lineup. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. And Game 4 goes to us. So now we draw. Okay, whoa. The Spurs just won 4 in a row to beat the Jazz in 6. Who do the Jazz have? George, Peterson, Sensabaugh, Filipowski. Ace Bailey coming off the bench. Okay, interesting. 94 overall. They have Ayton on the team too. Who do the Spurs have now? Mingo, Castle, Bryant, Sohan, Wemby, Dylan Harper off the bench. Some of these rotations are a bit interesting. So it's 1-1. They go up 2-1. Let's reset this rotation. We're down 3-1 now. So these Spurs are just a terrifying concept. And they beat us in 5. All right, Wemby is your finals MVP. Damn. Player retirements. Kyrie on a Rockets, and yeah, quite a few retirees here. Draft lottery, I don't know if we're going to pick this year. Okay, we do. It's 3 via Philly. Wow, okay. That is insane. We don't have any other picks. It's going to the Pelicans there. Star signing, if we can get, like, I do like Will Hardy. We will offer Hardy another contract. But if we can get, like, Ime Udoka, that would be pretty clutch. Is there anyone else here that we would potentially sign? No, it's just Udoka. Damn, I thought there'd be other coaches available, but there really isn't. Jamal Mosley, I guess, is a little bit of an upgrade. Who are we going to get? We just get Will Hardy, which is fine. That's fine. We'll take Will Hardy back. Hopefully we can get back there this year. So now, we're here on the draft night. Do we want to maybe make a trade? Like, we're going to have to pay a lot of players big money at the moment. Like, was Lively really the answer at center? I think he was. Like, if we did do 3 in Lively, we can get Kobe White and Simmons, Jarrett Allen. Bam is a 90 overall now. That's nuts. Okay. We can get Cat. Who's 34 years old and still on $66 million a year. Yeah, no, none of these guys really jump out at me as someone that I would trade pick 3 and Lively for. Klingon is interesting, just like 8 and 8. So, okay. I don't know if we want to actually draft with this pick. So this guy goes to number 1 overall. Melvin Pickett goes number 2. Yeah, there's none of these guys. John Collins starter. Yeah, okay. What are some offers for this pick if we were to just trade it? Pick 3 straight up. So we can get Jamal Perkins, DeAndre Hunter, Huchafino. Yeah, none of these really make sense. Nah. None of these are great, actually. None of these are great at all, which is kind of unfortunate. We can get a 2nd round pick. A couple 2nd round picks. We can get Claxton and a 1st, Johnny Furphy. Claude House. He has never really played before. Malik Monk quickly. Tari Easton is here. Someone that I've traded for. We can get Janai Broom finally. Janai Broom is someone that we've been looking at for a while, but we're not going to actually do that. Lou Dort and a first. None of these really are jumping out at me too much. Who was the first one that offered us? Okay, so if we can get off Huchefino, if we can just ask for like a couple of picks, I will happily do this trade. They want a couple seconds and they'll give us an extra first. Yeah, sure, cool. All right, thanks, Boston. So we now have a pick in the 17. So let's take how tall is he? 6'7" center. What? That's weird. Bradley Beal. Oh, let's take the Bradley Beal guy. There we go. So we at least got a rookie to bring in to make this team just have some development, I guess, coming off the bench. So team options. Everyone here is going to come back. Not PJ. And Lonzo was good for us last year, but not Lonzo. Caleb Holt and Abraham Jewelmaker are coming back. Qualifying offers, we got to pay Cameron Boozer and Darius Sakoff. Cool. All right. So is 2K going to bitch us around? It's going to definitely try and bitch us around, but we're going to bring back the other two. Okay, Cameron Boozer is going to accept the deal from the Clippers. 3 years, $154 million. We'll accept that. That's fine. And we will sign the other two. And Darius Sakoff Jr., we're not even going to play around. We're just going to sign him to a $35 million deal, a year deal if he wants it. Can we actually sign him to that? Hello? And he signs. So $200 million. Okay, so for whatever reason, Keegan Murray didn't come up in my listing for my power forward spot. So I'm hoping we can sign him to a contract. $22.5 million is like, he might accept that. And he does. Okay, so he didn't come up in any of my lists at all, which is very weird. So now we actually have a full rotation. So we're going to play Darnell Marshall. If there's no one else that we really want to play, it doesn't look like there's anyone else here that would be like worth anything at all, unfortunately. Like, I guess Shake Milton is 35 years old at this stage. Is there any, we can give this Tristan Newton like a minimum deal, so hopefully we get some player progression from our other guy. So let's see how this looks player progression wise. I'm hoping we can win a championship with this roster now. Jalen Johnson's down to an 88 overall, but like our core is solid. And our center duo is solid as well. So please 2K, be kind to me. Be very. Jokic has gone from the Nuggets to the Wolves, to the Golden State, and now the Wolves. He's the MVP again. Billy Richmond, Rookie of the Year. 6th player, Brandon McCoy. Wemby, Depoy, Most Improved, Nell Simpsons. Tyron Stokes, Clutch Player. And Otis Newman is your Coach of the Year. So Cameron Boozer is 2nd. He almost won MVP. That's nuts. There's no more awards for us. Okay, crazy. We end up as the 3 seed. Yeah, so for whatever reason, my rotation is really weird when I started the year, and I didn't notice. And yeah, some of our players were playing out of position. It was just very strange, so I fixed it, and then we went on a good winning streak. So we've drawn the Pacers here. We have Bronny James now. Interesting. Let's see what happens against the Pacers, who obviously always are the like underdogs, I guess you can say. Okay, so it's 3-2 and it's 3-3. Okay, let's reset this and see if we can run away with it. I don't know what happens if we lose this. Like Jalen Johnson trade, maybe. I don't know. Depends who was the worst player, but it's very close. It's very back and forth, and we managed to win by 6. Okay, I did get scared there for a little bit. Let's drop this to an 8-man rotation. And we're drawing the Charlotte Hornets now, who have Josh Giddey starting, Miller, Nader Ment. They have a really good team. That is an insanely good team. All right, game 1 goes to the Hornets. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. And game 5 goes to the Hornets. Game 6 goes to us. Okay, so now we draw the 1-seeded Bulls, who have Reed Shepherd, White, Taj Reeves, Bazelis, Walker Kessler, and Cameron Holmes off the bench. So a very, very good team here. The Bulls and the Golden State Warriors over here versus, so the Golden State Warriors have Şengün now, so they replaced Jokic with Şengün. Interesting. So the Bulls win 2 in a row, which is kind of scary. They lose game 3, but they win game 4. Damn. Okay, this is looking scary. Can we run away with it? Can we come back and force a game 7? It's a bit of a defensive masterclass on our part at the moment, and we end up winning by 16, which is lovely. Let's just keep refreshing the minutes, keep refreshing the rotation, and let's see, can we win game 6 here to force a game 7, where it's kind of anyone's game. It's open season, and it's back and forth, and we are going to force a game 7. Amazing. And the winner takes on the Spurs, who really dismantled us last year, beat us in 5. So yeah, I don't know how we go if we lose this. I think a Jalen Johnson trade's on the cards, but we win. We force a game 7 and we win. Cameron Boozer coming up against Wemby. Okay, let's see what happens. Who do the Spurs have? Mingo, Castle, Carter Bryant, Sohan, Wemby, and Dylan Harper still off the bench. Game 1 goes to the Spurs. Game 2 goes to the Spurs. Okay, please don't go game 3. Game 3 goes to us. Okay, let's go to a game 4 in Simcast, because Simcast has been kind to us so far. That first quarter wasn't very good. It's back and forth in the second. The third is really up in the air. The fourth, it looks like we run away with it here. So it's 2. We're drawn up. Now it's a series. It's going to be very tough. Cameron Bruce versus Wemby. That's going to be interesting. And the Spurs run away with it. That was a very abysmal last quarter by us. Okay, to force a game 7, can we win game 6 at home? This would be a nice rivalry if we kickstart this, and this is just like the next future games. Okay, so we are going to a game 7 against the Spurs. Our boys, revenge for last year, hopefully. Okay, massive first quarter. Massive second quarter. The third quarter is atrocious, man. That is horrible. We choke. We absolutely choke. That is nuts. Wemby is your finals MVP. That is insane. How do we choke that hard? Jalen Johnson, man. That's yeah. Okay, we've got some things to consider now, and probably what's going to be the last season in charge here. Do we want to look for a new coach maybe? Like Will Hardy's fine and all, but there's some good coaches here. Okay, so Will Hardy's the only guy here that's like, okay, we might have just choked. Will Hardy is the only guy. I guess we can try and get Fred Daniels, try and offer Will Hardy another contract. We got no one else. Will Hardy is... Damn, man, I really wanted Lou. Okay, I guess we're bringing back Will Hardy. Really wanted Tyronn Lue or someone like that, but definitely not happening. So we end up with pick 5. Wow, okay. What can we do with Jalen Johnson and pick 5? Is there anything we can get for Jalen Johnson? Maybe like a shooting guard. Kobe White is here. 31 years old. Neil Black. Why is he so valuable? Keyshawn George, Quentin Grimes is interesting, but $30 million for him is insane money. Keontae George, Nick Clifford. Nick Clifford actually could be insanely good right now. $25 million. We save a bit of money. Do we need to take on LaRavia? We don't need to take on LaRavia. Okay, we can take Nick Clifford and pick 12 instead. They agree. Okay, all right. We traded Jalen Johnson for Nick Clifford, and we will take... I don't know who we want to take here with this pick. Let's just take the best player available, and we can definitely use him in a trade. We have pick 24 as well, so we'll take the best player available. Wow. Okay, so rookie signings. We've got 2 nice guys there. Donnell Marshall and Junior Matthews here. And qualifying offers, we've got Newton, who we're not going to offer. Holt, we're definitely going to bring back. Yeah, this team's going to get very expensive right now. Very expensive. So Caleb Holt, he is restricted. Derek Lively is unrestricted. And, okay, so our other center wants a lot of money too. So Derek Lively, let's do 3 years. Let's try and bring this down a little bit. We'll do 33 million, but we'll do it front loaded. So hopefully he accepts that, and he does accept that. So these two are going to be brought back for sure. Cecil Bender, we're going to renounce the rights on. Tristan Newton as well. Okay, cool. Let's just get through. So Caleb Holt and Abraham we're going to keep. Let's just sign these two. So we can bring Abraham back on the qualifying offer if we want to, but then he's an unrestricted free agent next year. So Caleb Holt is going to be our new starting shooting guard because we're going to move Riche Share back over. So Holt, we're going to sign to a $120 million 3-year deal, which I'm happy about. And he is going to accept. And Abraham, if he wants, if we can get him on 25, we can't get him on 25. Okay. What's our team going to look like next year? So a Cuff and Marshall, that's fine. So Riche Share is going to be moved to the small forward. He goes up overalls. Cameron Boozer, Holt, a Cuff Jr., Derek Lively. I like that line. I'm a guy, so $4 million. We have, so that's $10 million. And so that's about $17 million for a backup center. We just need someone that's going to be somewhat decent and be able to kind of just carry this backup center minutes, which Thomas Sorber will be insanely good. He could be our starter, to be honest. Everyone's on big money. Too big money, to be honest. Okay, we'll see if we can get this dude. They're $3 million over. So can we give up a $3 million? It's Dion Washington Jr. Will they accept this? They say no. Take a first round pick. What pick did we just give them? I don't know. Okay, player progression was kind to us. Last year. We need to win it all. So Jokic, I don't know how many he's won in his career now. That's insane. Kelly Marshall, Rookie of the Year. 6th player, Brandon McCoy. Wemby, D-Boy. Most Improved, Sadiq White. And Tyron Stokes is your clutch player of the year. Tyron Lue's your coach of the year. Someone that we really wanted to get. That's crazy. Cameron Booth's second here. Or third here in rookie of MVP running. I'm losing my marbles. We end up as the 1 seed. So best record that we've had so far. Riche Share, Holt, and Boozer all were very good. The Cuff Jr., Neat Clifford was a great addition. Lively, man, that's disappointing numbers for him, really. So we draw Indiana first up, who still have Nemhard and Halliburton. They have Klingon now and Traore. So let's see what happens here, and we win in 6. Okay, so we're running a 9-man rotation. We're now drawn the Hornets, game 1, game 2, game 3, and okay, game 4 goes to them, game 5 goes to us. Cool. And now we draw Brooklyn, who have Topic, Sean Price, Richardson, Diop, Darren Armstrong. A very young upcoming team. I can see them being good. Game 1 goes to them, game 2 goes to us, game 3 goes to them, game 4 goes to us, game 5. Why are they winning so many games? All right, we're going to a game 6 against this Brooklyn Nets team. A 6 seed, by the way, who just scored 47 points in us in the first quarter. Can we just hold them to like a very low score? They are going to win. No. Oh, overtime. Okay, we force a game 7 here. And now we're going to go back home. And can we not have a scale like that again, please? They have another really good first quarter. And second quarter. They're blowing us out. I should not have talked shit. Wow. Okay, we get eliminated. That is insane. Darren Peterson, Jackson Richardson, and Ace Bailey is your finals MVP. Wow. Okay. I thought we really rebuilt this squad. Did we go 1 more year? I don't know if we go 1 more year. Oh, I don't know. This team is very expensive. Very expensive. I guess we're doing it. I guess we've got 1 more year. We've gone so far into this video. It's probably going to be over an hour. We need to win the Bucks a championship, and we're going to. It is, can we afford him? We can actually afford him. And Ivicic is a free agent too. So Neat Clifford agrees to come back. We will offer him that money. And Ivicic we need to bring back too. So can we actually afford him though? That's the question. EIV. Ivicic, he wants too much money. way too much money. We have him on a cap hold, so I mean, hopefully he'll accept it and come back. I'm not holding my breath because some of the other guys have it said similar. And then our boy Cameron Boozer wins MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Howard Warren. Ben Sharif is the 6th Player of the Year. Wemby D-Boy, Most Improved Frederick Westbrook. Double M is your Clutch Player, and Coach of the Year goes to Tyronn Lue. So Cameron Boozer had an awesome season. Anyone else here on the Bucks? Nope, unfortunately not. Cameron Boozer 2nd in All Defensive Team. Wow, that's pretty nuts. So we end up as the 4th seed. Wow. Okay, that doesn't give me much hope. Yeah, after the top 5, it kind of falls off a lot. So interesting stuff. So we have the Charlotte Hornets, who have played a lot in this rebuild. They have a very, very, very strong team. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. And Game 4 goes to the Hornets. Game 5 goes to the Hornets. Please, no. Game 6 goes to the Hornets. Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? We lose! Oh, I hate this game so much. I hate this game so much, man. After all that time, all that energy, and Jokic wins another championship. Wow, bro.